In fact, that means we're in a leap year because there's not usually 29 days. But guess what? This year is rolling forward. What are you doing that is going to empower you and propel you forward? That's what we do on the Empowering You Show. We help elevate those who may not get a chance to expose their gifts and talents to the world. And we help cultivate gifts and talents that you may not know you have. So before we get started, let us introduce the the woman who makes this show on and popping, the sensational, sexy, sassy, spicy, and smart, Shani Smith.
You talking about me?
It's you.
So you guys say you are smart, you are kind.
It was important.
Okay, now obviously I've been around for some leap years, right? But every time it's like, do I remember it being February 29th? I hope I'm not the only person that goes through that, but I'm like, what was I doing last year? But one thing I do remember about the 29th, and don't judge me, is that usually QVC has everything on Easy Pay on that day, no matter what it is.
What about the people whose birthdays are on the 29th? Like, isn't that weird? Like, do they celebrate on the 28th? The years that don't have a 29th?
Right. I don't know.
Anyway.
If you're out there and your birthday is February the 29th, let us know. How do you do that? Do you do the 28th? Do you March the 1st? Talk to us. We want to know.
Yeah, that's really good.
I'm so happy to be here. I don't know what happened to February. Where did it go?
Yeah. Like, it's a blur. It just came, it went, it's fast, it's done, it's over. Tomorrow is it? But tomorrow is the 1st. But however, let's live in today. Let's just bask in the day. Grateful for waking up this morning. I was on the wake up list, breathing right on schedule. Thank you, Dr. Obiama Martin. On this side of the grass, we're aspiring to go to glory, but ain't nobody come back and tell us about it. So I just want to stay here as long as I can.
It's just a minute. Like just the moments when you're in the shower and you're like, wow, the fact that I can enjoy this warm shower in safety and in my right mind with the use of all my limbs, it's like it's a different layer.
Thankful because there are a lot of people that cannot say all of those things. And so we need to be more grateful. That's what our devotion was this day, being grateful for a longer time. So that part, we pray for things. And then when the things come, whether it's health, whether it's wealth, whether it's for our children, whether it's for our grandchildren, whatever it's for, then we say, thank you, Lord. We move on to the next thing. But we need to bask in that joy of gratefulness that he definitely looks out for his children. And it's not just a fairy godmother. Let's just, fairy godfather. But anyway, why do we do this show? We do this show to help elevate, motivate, and showcase those people who are doing phenomenal things in the community. And today is no different. Though we don't have a physical guest, we have a surprise guest behind the scenes. We're here to supercharge your belief. Your belief in yourself is most important, because how many times, Shani, do we have that negative self-talk that we talk to ourselves in any manner? But what we don't understand is that our subconscious mind is more powerful than our conscious mind.
And it doesn't know you're joking.
Yeah.
It doesn't know you're joking. It doesn't know you really don't mean that.
Right.
You got to be careful, not just what you say, but what you think.
Oh, that part right there. Your thoughts, our thoughts have to align with our belief. And that's the only way you manifest the things that you want. I'm really, really big on this manifestation stage of my life, where I got to keep thinking. We have these thoughts running through our mind, and we think they're just random thoughts that just go wherever they want to go. No, we have to arrest the thoughts that are negative. Arrest them.
And shut them down immediately. I'm like, that's a lie.
No.
That's a lie. The things I say to myself now, whether I say it out loud or I'm thinking it, or that's a lie, and mind your business. Those are constant things that I'm like constantly reminding myself. when I find myself thinking about how somebody is going to work through a problem, like mind your business. You have enough of your own business to worry about. Mind your business. Add them to the prayer list, but mind your business. Oh, I'm not going to get it done. That's a lie. And mind your business. So it's like,
That's good though. That's a good strategy.
constantly like, mind your business.
That's a good strategy because everything is not our business.
It's not
The how we get to, the word says ask, seek, knock. Ask, seek, knock. Ask, seek, knock. It didn't say how you were going to get what it is you're asking for. It didn't say that's not your business.
Right.
That's
didn't
not
say ask, seek, worry. Ask, seek, keep asking. No, none of those are things. Because if I'm gonna keep asking, that means I really don't really have the true faith that it's gonna come. That I have to keep begging for this thing. I just have to understand that if what I'm asking is not aligned with what is for me, I just will not get that said thing. And I have to be grateful in the moment that whatever experience that I'm experiencing is for my good, and I need to know that and be okay with that. How you tell the little kids, you get what you get, you don't get upset when they're like, I want the pink one. No, you're getting this one. This is the one you're getting, and you're gonna like it. So,
but we can have anything we want. It says he will give us the desires of our heart. The Bible says. Mm-hmm. That Bible says you will get the desires of your heart if only you believe. Mm-hmm. And so I got some desires and some things that seem huge to me. But in Ephesians 3:20, it says he can do exceedingly abundantly above all we ask or think. Now, if he can do above, since he can do above what I ask or think, I got some big stuff coming. Mm-hmm. Right? Yep. And so we have to believe when we say it, and I'm guilty. When we say it, we have to believe that it is possible for us. And all things are possible. ALL, it doesn't say some things. It didn't say a few things. It didn't say one or two things. It says all things are possible with God. All things are possible. And so, we got to stop with what we think and then what we say and arrest those things that are not in alignment with what we ask and what we want and what we think. Mm-hmm. One of the hardest things for me to, Shani, recognize and realize is that, or accept, not recognize, but accept that everything in my life is based on what I think.
Come on, it's a tough one because then that turns a mirror back on you and say, like, what are you really thinking about? What are you really believing in?
Who? And so if you're out there listening and your life is not where you want it to be, or you're feeling stuck because you haven't achieved the things you think you should have achieved by now, because I was in that boat, then what are you thinking? And what are you believing for? That's the questions you have to ask yourself.
Right.
What am I thinking? And what am I believing for? And so gratefulness is the engine that pushes it forward, because in today, not what happened yesterday, not what may happen tomorrow, in today, what do we have to be grateful for? Can you make a list of the things you have to be grateful for? Breathing on time and on schedule, number one on my list. That my legs work. Mm-hmm. I got some relatives whose legs and limbs are not working right now, right? That I can see. My father was blind for a while before he passed away. That I can articulate speech. There's so many things. The internal organs that do their thing with the help of the Holy Spirit.
Without my help.
Without my help.
Right.
So, what do you have to be grateful for? People say, well, I'm homeless. You're still breathing. Well, I don't have a job. You still have the capacity to work. Mm-hmm. We can always think of the things we don't have, but how many times do we take the time to stop, right, and be grateful for the things that we do? Right. I'm not hungry. I don't look like I need a meal.
I'm not hungry either.
You know,
Actually,
there are people in the world that can't say that.
right. And not only are you not hungry, but when you decide to eat, you have options.
Ooh, talk about that. Options.
Options. You can say, you know what, I'm going to make this decision. I'm going to make that. I have this. And if I don't like any of those things I like, I can actually go out in the car that I have, or take the money that I have to go catch an Uber or to take a bus, or that my limbs work and I can go walk out and go get whatever it is that I feel like eating today.
And everybody can't say that. Everybody can't say that. You know, having been around the world and seen some of the conditions that other people, that's one of the reasons that my husband and I used to travel a lot more than we do now. But we used to travel just to get a reality check.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we travel and have fun and all that, but mainly it was for us to get a reality check, because we get complacent.
Mm-hmm.
And we get, you know, just ungrateful, essentially.
Listen, let our phone signal
Haunting.
be slightly off. We lose it, you know, or the internet always, it freezes, or, you know, the cable goes out for a second right in the middle of, you know,
Whatever.
the play on the first down or whatever, and we lose it. Oh, we have to call these people. They got to fix this, and we just don't even have a clue. You know, I love how, like, when Bob Marley says, like, possessions make you rich. Possessions don't make you rich.
Yeah. And so what is your rich?
Not that.
Yeah. What is your rich?
Right.
That's your hidden strength.
Mm-hmm.
Your richness, your wealth is in your hidden strength, right?
Right.
And some of us don't even know what that is. You don't know what that is? Ask somebody who you care about. What is the thing that you think I do best? I did a poll online. Some people still don't know what I do. they're close to me. They don't know what I do. It's like, I must not be clear enough. Let's make it clear. Let's make it plain that I help people excavate their hidden talents.
Mm-hmm.
I help them uncover the things that make them superheroes. And speaking of superheroes, we have a superhero today. Oh my gosh. We got a superhero today. Talk about it, Shani.
She's one of my favorites, because it's those people who have that story from the beginning of their life, and it just seems like it's so tragic, it's so sad, it's so unbearable, are the ones who've really become the beacons of light, that you understand why they made it through what they went through. You know, she actually was born on April 4th, you know, my daughter's birthday. So it's, you know, it's constantly something that we talk about. But she had something happen to her that she stopped talking. She stopped talking for 6-7 years, just refused to talk. But in that time, she was still reading. So she was still finding, sometimes she'd be under the porch, she said. She would still find time to escape the reality that was actually happening to her, to go into a place where something that wasn't really happening to her. And it's because of that belief that she was able to change her trajectory and impact so many people across the world.
Her impact and influence is world known. And in honor of the last day of Black History Month, we present to you
Maya Angelou.
Try to live your life in a way that you will not regret years of useless virtue and inertia and timidity. Pick up the battle. Take it up. It's yours. This is your life. This is your world. You can decide life isn't worth living. And that would be the worst thing you can do. How do you know? It can be better, and it must be better, but it is up to us.
It is up to us to unleash the warrior within.
Yeah, she's taking up the mantle, taking up the battle. What's the battle for you? So what makes her a superhero? She's a human being, just like the rest of us.
Right.
But she found the strength from within She found the strength from within to inspire, encourage, uplift, exhort other people.
Mm-hmm.
That's her superhero status. That's what makes her a superhero. What is it for you? That's what we want to know. That's what we want you to drop in the chat. What is the thing that makes you uniquely different from everyone else? And if that's not what you know, then contact us at support@barbarahsmith.com. We look forward to helping you get there. And we have an upcoming event that will help you do just that. It's called the Unleash Your Warrior Within. Where do you get the details?
You actually can get the details by simply going to bit.ly/unleash warrior within. And that's a capital U, a capital W for both words, but Unleash Warrior Within. And it's going to be a workshop mastermind, even like no other, because it's participative. All right. And it's not just you're being talked to. This is like really, we're going to dig in and really pull that out. Some people don't know, right? And some people do know, but don't really have the courage to push through and bring it to light.
What's that link again, Shani?
bit.ly/unleash warrior within.
All right, I'm going to ask Mark to post that for us. But it is going to be a phenomenal time because we are going to dig deep.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to have a way for you to do a self-inventory of your strengths. We have all kinds of exercises that are going to pull out. What you're going to get is a workbook to work out, digital and on paper if you want to print it out. Mm-hmm. But you're going to be able to see in black and white the things that you are able to do with your life and elevate where you're going.
Right.
How do you feel about yourself is very important. Your strengths need to be on display. And that's what we're going to do in this workshop, this mastermind. It's 4 weeks.
I like to say that you've always helped me like build confidence, and when we talk about like confidence building, listen, that mind and that confidence, like I swear nothing else comes without that, because you're always going to be stuck and paralyzed in fear.
Yeah. And people talk about mindset. Well, your mind doesn't get set unless you set it. Your mind is one of the most powerful tools you have. But if you're not aligned with what you believe and aligned with what you say and aligned with what you think, you can have a mindset that takes you down a rabbit hole. And so if you are a person who is in business or have a professional life, a career, and people aren't listening to what you're saying, it's because you're not in alignment, and we're going to teach you how to get there. Mm-hmm. If you have a business or a profession and people are not jumping into the opportunity to share your information with you or share your information with them, then this is for you. This is going to get you to the place where whenever you walk into a room or a space, people want to know what you know based on how you present yourself, based on what you say, what you do. How this happens takes time. And if you already knew it, then people will be flocking to you in your opportunity. But if they're not, this is where you learn. This is where you get. So join us on April 11th.
April the 11th. Right. We're going to meet once a week on Thursdays from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 8 p.m. Also, obviously, Eastern Standard Time for 4 weeks. So we have a schedule set that we're going to hit one after another. And on the 4th week, we're going to put it all together. And you will see you actually see the difference on the 1st week, because we're dealing with that mind. And you might think you have it all together. I'm telling you, when it's time to write down and really sit with yourself and sit with what's really going on, baby, as you would say, you uncover some things that you weren't even conscious that you were doing.
And then you're going to keep the change going. Once you make the change, you're going to keep the change going
Mhm.
and be unapologetic about who you are and the
Mhm.
space you stand in. You're going to keep it going. We have some exercises and tools, tips, techniques, worksheets. We're going to unleash everything that we have to help you get to your next level. You don't want to miss this. And there'll be some personal one-on-one time with me right there in the room. So it's going to be one of the most fun-filled, information-packed, and encouraging, exposing, and it's just an amazing time together.
Mhm.
So I'm looking forward to seeing you there. It's going to be on April 11th. Don't miss it. Here's the link to get the information and get your ticket. What else, Shani?
April 2nd. Come on, if you're in the Hampton Roads area and or you got a car and or a train ticket, a bus ticket, a plane ticket, get yourself in the room for April 2nd for an amazing brunch.
Yes.
Absolutely amazing brunch.
No, that's April 20th, the brunch.
20th? Okay, I'm so sorry. You have a little bit more time to get there then. How about that?
April 20th, we're doing Selfies to Service Leadership Brunch. That is going to be held here in Hampton Roads. If you are available, that's going to be in Hampton Roads. If you are available, come see us. The information will be in the chat in a moment. So let's talk about what that's going to be about. 6 other speakers besides myself, making me the 7th. Dr. Obiama Martin is going to be there. We have a whole list of speakers that are going to be there that are coming together to talk about what leadership really means in this digital age. Leadership is not like it used to be. We are in the room with some powerhouses that are going to help explain, and you'll be able to talk with them one-on-one after we do our panel and we have our brunch. We're going to be going around the room and sitting at each table in the space to talk with leaders, young up-and-coming leaders, seasoned leaders. We're coming together to put our minds together to see how we make an impact, influence, and better income as a leader in this 21st century. So don't miss that one.
How'd you come up with the name?
That's a Dr. Obiama thing.
Okay.
It was super, super cool. When I saw that, we kind of combined our ideas, and she said, how about selfies to service? I was like, oh, that's so cool. So yeah, so that was a collab.
Okay.
She came up with the selfies and I came up with the service, and we put it together and came up with Selfies to Service. It's a leadership brunch.
Because
so she is one of the leading, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
She's one of the leading foremost trainers in leadership as well. So we definitely blessed to be on the same platform as she is. And we got a whole host of ladies on the platform that are going to bring down the house. When I say bring down the house, I mean we're going to bring down the house with, let's see who we have. We have Dr. Obiama Martin. We have Clarissa Monroe, Destiny Thomas, Maria Vincent, Ramona Taylor, and Sasha Walton. And so these ladies are going to bring it.
Yeah.
And that's what's going to be super cool, is to have all of these powerhouse women on the platform, having a panel discussion, and then going around to talk to each table. We're going to switch, mix and match, and sit at each table to talk about this very, very, very popular and very important topic of leadership in the 21st century.
I love that, because you don't always see that. And it's when you get a chance to touch and really have conversations with the speakers that like is most impactful, much like how the Sisters Inspire Sisters to Advance Retreat is. Although, yes, we have a formal workshop and we go through that, you actually have access to these industry experts, where combined, we're talking about, decades and decades and decades of experience, decades and decades and decades of investing in themselves that they're able to pour back into us. So being able to connect when you go to a conference where you're not just a number, you're not just a ticket, is so impactful. And it's really those moments outside of the workshop when you do get that one-on-one and you really get to have these personal conversations that leave you with this lasting feeling of the momentum to be your best self.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's going to be a phenomenal time. And I just had this idea. We got to get them on. We got to get them on the show.
we do.
We got to get them on
We
the show.
definitely do.
So we'll work on that and get them on the show to talk about what we're going to be talking about, so that you get a chance to see some of the powerhouses that we have here.
Mhm.
I know Sasha Walton personally. She was the curator and hostess of the TEDx talk, the TEDx stage on Mellon Street back in November last year. And so again, we have some really powerful women coming to this event, and you don't want to miss it either. You don't want to miss that either.
No, you do not. Not when I know for a fact you have someone who's going to help you communicate effectively, someone who can get you on the stage on pages, can help you with your mindset. I actually am being coached by Dr. Obiama Martin. I'm being coached by none other than Barbara H. Smith. I'm being coached by these powerful women, and you become the sum total of what? Who you're around, right?
The five people that's closest to you. Yeah.
So some people, I'm going to see you at the family wedding or funeral, maybe a birthday party, and I love you, but we're not really going to be talking as much. Don't take it personal. I'm just trying to go somewhere else. And hey, because we're family, when I get there, I'll be happy when you're ready to bring you on up to speed.
You up.
Take you there with me. But for right now, I'm on a mission.
And that's so critical, Shani. You just made several huge, bolder points. One of which is, when you're ready to level up, it's not that you're leaving behind the people that you've been hanging in and kicking with. It's that it's time for you, if you want to go to another level, and someone who has been there and done that, because success leaves clues. You have to surround yourself with the people who have been there and done that, or going, or are where you want to go. Because somebody who is not a millionaire cannot teach me how to be a millionaire.
No.
Somebody who's kicking it on the couch 24/7, sipping mint julep, swinging their legs on the porch.
Not mint julep. Are they waiting for the Kentucky Derby?
You cannot teach me how to get to the next level, 7 figures. No. I need to be around people in my space that's going to teach me how to get to 7 figures. And some people say, well, I don't want that. Listen, you want what you want. I want what I want.
Okay. And it's no judgment here. Do your
thing.
No judgment. Do you, boo. But I had enough of this. I understand. I got real comfortable with this, and I'm ready to go there.
So that's what we're talking about. Leveling up your life in any way, shape, or form. Get in where you fit in, whether it's the warrior within, whether it's the leadership brunch, whether it's the training that's coming up in October. Get in where you fit in, to get around some people that have done some phenomenal things and are willing to show you the way. And that's what it's all about. Get in the room. Get in the room.
Listen, because you need to hear what they're talking about. Whatever books they're saying they're reading, hold up, repeat that so I can read it too, right? Because what I need, I'm not going to find that on the Real Housewives of anything, okay? What I need is, I want to know what you're reading, what you're doing, what you're listening to, what kind of habits you have, so that I can mirror those things. Obviously not exactly copy, right? But mirror those things and tailor it for me.
Yeah. Love it, love it, love it. Well, you know what happened? The time has just gone past us. Do you believe? Do you believe we are at the top of the hour? 12:30, right here on the Eastern Standard Time. Eastern can't even talk. East Coast time. We are so happy you came and hung out with us today. Look forward to seeing us next week with a guest, and look forward to Unleash the Warrior Within and the Selfies to Service Leadership Brunch. We have more empowering you to come. You know what time it is?
Wait, did
It
you just say
is
empowering you?
Empowering you.
Empowering you? Okay.
Yes.
That's what we do. Okay.
That's what we do.
Okay.
We're empowering you to get to your next level where you have more impact, influence, and income. It's time for you to step into your greatness because the world is truly can't do it without you. See you next week.
Last day of Feb.